Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing on with our raised bed garden and container planting videos, and today we're going to be showing you how to plant some chives.
Yeah.
So guys, it's a great thing to grow. It's a nice spice. We like them dried, and we like to chop them up and use them fresh in cooking. So either way you do it, they're a handy thing to have around, and they're pretty easy to grow. But before we get over there and get into it, we'll give you one little tips and tricks on how to trim them. Guys, when your chives first come up, you want to wait till they're about 4 inches tall and cut them back to about 2 inches. And then you let them go on up to about 6 inches and cut them back to 4. So anyway, that'll keep them going. Then from then on, you don't want to cut below 4 inches, and you want to remember not to try not to cut more than half of the plant. It's counting on about half of its leaves to keep on rolling. So guys, we're going to get over here in the older part of the raised bed garden, and we've got some containers over there, our white half barrel containers that you've seen us use in other videos. But we're going to get over there, we're going to plant some chives. We'll show you how we do it. Alrighty guys, we're still working in the older part of the raised bed garden. This is where we have our wood raised beds. In fact, that's one of the carrot beds there. Actually, on both sides are carrots.
Yeah. In
the wood beds. But we've got one more planter to go, and that's going to be the one here on your left, and we're going to be planting chives in there. We love chives. We like to dry them or chop them up fresh, and you can just keep mowing them off and they keep right on growing back. So guys, we're going to get some super soil on here. We'll get it spread out, and then we'll bring you back and show you how we get these things planted. Alrighty guys, Tina's getting the super soil spread out on here, and like I said, we're just going to be leaving a layer up here on the top. The organics in the barrel have broken down, left us a little more room to add some to the top. So we've got good soil all the way to the bottom now. But not too hard to plant chives. Chives are almost act like a weed. They come up pretty easy, and you don't have to plant them real deep. What we're going to do, we'll take the seeds and we're going to sprinkle them over the surface of the ground here. Let Tina get into her seeds.
Yeah, they're just a 1/4 inch. So
I get ahead of her jabbering. Yeah, they're just a 1/4 inch deep. With any seed that we run into like that, now guys, you can do it however you want. When we run into seeds that are only a 1/4 inch deep, we put them over the surface, and then we just stir them in with our fingertips. But most of them end up a 1/4 inch down, and a lot of times like this, we're probably over planting by double. So if you're looking to save seeds and stuff, you can put in individual holes, a 1/2 inch deep, and go one seed to a hole. But we want to get this garden in by September, so we're going to go ahead and do it this way now. Any of the onions should have probably already been in the ground. We're a little behind, but we'll catch up quick.
Need some.
Yep, need some fertilizer.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit in the other video about first. All right, we're going to be using the Jobs, pretty well balanced. It's a 274, and we like to use it on most of our garden beds. But we talked a little bit before about adding sulfur or nitrogen to the radishes to make them hot, and you can end up doing the same thing with onions. If you put onions are heavy feeders. Any of them are heavy feeders. They like the nitrogen. But you need to cut back on the fertilizing before you harvest, and you won't end up with hot onions. Now chives doesn't really matter because we're not eating the onion part of it, probably not until the end of the year when we pull them out. But we'll just go ahead, we'll get these tickled in so they're about a 1/4 inch deep in the soil. Enough of them will make it down to that depth that we'll be okay. But yeah, any of the onions or alums, garlic included, if you keep nitrogen or sulfur to them before you pick them, they'll end up a lot hotter. So we like to stop fertilizing them a couple weeks before we pick them, and keep them nice and cool. So we'll get Tina to grab her hose here real quick. We'll get these chives watered in. Like I said, you want to wait till they're probably 4 inches tall or so, and then take the top couple inches off of them, and after that let them come back up to about 6 inches and cut them at 4. And then I would just leave them at 4. Anything that grows above that you can cut off and use. But we'll go ahead and get those watered in real light. And then guys, we're going to get out of here. We appreciate you following along with us. That's going to be our chive planting video. So, you know, get these tagged up here. There, wave to everybody.
Yeah, we have to put the tags in because my memory's not what it used to be.
Yeah, we have to put the tags in because Tina's memory is not what it used to be. So, guys, that's going to do it for our chive planting for the year. It's not real hard. Not going to end up a long video. But, guys, that's how you do it. So, we'll be right back. We'll talk to you in just a minute. Alrighty, guys. That's going to wrap it up for our chive video today. We had a good time over there playing in the barrels. But, guys, just remember they're a member of the alum family, and they like a lot of fertilizer during their growth cycle. And if you're going to pick anything like onions or garlic, other members of the alum family, you want to stop fertilizing them a couple weeks before you pick them. But since these are chives and we're just chopping up the tops, doesn't really matter. We'll just keep fertilizing them and let them keep coming back. So, guys, we're going to get out of here. If you enjoyed the content here on the channel, we hope you'll subscribe. Down next to the subscribe button is a bell. If you'll ring that bell, you got a good chance of coming by here and possibly even seeing Tina doing something weird.
I was just distracted by a butterfly.
You got distracted by a butterfly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. But if you would subscribe, we'd appreciate it. If you'd ring the bell, we'd appreciate it even more. And guys, if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section. We try to get to all the comments. But guys, it's a beautiful day. I think we're going to take off and try to enjoy the rest of it. We hope you do too. We'll catch you in the next one.